Right. I'm here with a duo called Pendans from Penzance. How you doing?
Hello.
We're all right. You?
Yeah, yeah, pretty good, pretty
Good.
good. So
Nice
it's
to see you, Craig.
yeah, so it's Mike and Julie, who confess, I've known Julie for a long time, and Mike actually, not as long, but
Uh,
yeah,
yeah, a long, long time. Julie
yeah, yeah,
told me
Oh my
earlier
God!
how long
It's
it
more.
was,
It's about
and I
40
thought
years,
I am going to
Craig.
love
40
that. I
years,
always said,
crazy, isn't it?
Man.
You've agreed kindly. I'm so pleased I've managed to get you for an interview because it's something I've wanted to do for a long time, you know. So, um, and you've agreed to do, was we going to do three tunes, are you? Or,
Yeah.
if we can fit
Lovely. That
three
would
in,
be
yeah,
fantastic.
amongst the banter.
Yeah.
okay. Well, let's start off by, because I've been asking a lot of bands and artists about how the lockdown has affected, you musically. How,
I'll let you do that one, Julie.
Well,
I mean,
it's in obviously not playing live it has had
it's
a
tragic,
tragic
but
effect. But we have, as a result, used music in a different way. In that we've used it to stay sane,
yeah,
and and as a result, our music has developed faster. We're lucky that we're both under the same roof, so we've
right,
been
and
allowed to
Julie's allowed me to
have
spend
the
a lot of money
indulgence.
on the music room,
So
lovely.
which I can't show you.
it's an indulgence now for us, and we love it.
But
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 we want to get back
but
out there, of
Facebook
course.
Live has come to the rescue. We
Yes.
Yes,
probably in the first week of lockdown, we've discovered Facebook Live, and we haven't looked back. It's amazing. Yes, it's not the same. I know I'm teaching Granny Suck Eggs with a lot of people here, but basically you perform to people. You can't hear them, but they can type little messages to you, and
yeah,
it's really quite. It's
I
been
Yeah,
very entertaining and character building for us.
yeah.
right,
It's
right.
been good for our the performance side of it. Once
Yeah.
you get used to it, um, it's actually we really look forward to it every week.
Yeah, I think you go out on Sundays, don't you? So
Yes,
Days,
seems to
so
be
7 o'clock for half an hour. Yeah. If you want to
fantastic.
get onto it, just if you just Google Pendance, and I should spell that, it's Pendans, not dance. It's Pendance. Um, Google that, you'll find the Facebook link. I'm
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, fantastic, absolutely brilliant. So, have you managed to write any of your own tunes during lockdowns, or are you just
we
concentrating on
haven't.
traditional?
We haven't, but I think it's coming. We've been influenced by so many modern bands of late
Yeah.
that I think it is kind of boiling down there, and I
Yeah,
think in a minute it's going to come forward. Obviously, there are tunes that we play that we used to play with Alan Kingsbury, which are original. Um, but at the moment, we are kind of influenced by a lot of modern European folk music out there.
Young
right.
people as well, bizarrely. I mean, not Trio Door, they're sort of in their late 20s, early 30s.
Okay,
Three brothers with surname Door from Belgium.
Belgium, yeah.
And then there's a
okay.
Swedish a band of three boys in their 20s that we came across called HRD, with which is the initials of their surnames, which is something like Hansers.
Yeah, we can't pronounce them.
Anyway, are Reutner Dillner.
Okay.
Only they'll know. Only they'll know if I pronounce that wrong, but I did, I'm sure.
Okay. So, who would you say is most influenced your music?
HRD.
Uh,
They got us
um,
going, didn't they?
well, yes, we were influenced strongly by them about 2 years ago when we were in Dorset at a music and dance. Well, I say weekend, it was a lot longer than a weekend where people get together in this one venue. And we saw them, interacted with them. Mike played with one of them. So we came away with their music, and
Okay.
it took us somewhere.
But a CD the only CD they've ever produced. It's not commercial either. Just three lads, 5 tunes on it. We learnt 4 of them, and we do all of them.
So we're strong.
Okay.
It's all about dance. It's all about music that it has a dance feel to it.
Yeah.
Whether it's fast or slow.
And a little bit of syncopation. We kind of home in on tunes that've got syncopation.
Fantastic. Well, do you want to give us a tune then? So we go for that.
I'd love to.
Yeah.
You are going to swap camera now. Just to warn people. Yeah.
Because essentially we stand up and do this. So it makes sense.
I'm absolutely no good at sitting down to play music anymore.
No, fair play.
Of course, we would love to sit down around a table at a folk session and play music.
Yeah.
What are we doing here?
Redneck.
Oh, Redneck?
Yeah.
No, that wasn't the first one.
Yeah, it is. Redneck.
Oh,
yeah,
sorry,
Redneck is a tune by Trio Door. I think they actually released it as a single. So it's Redneck, Rednak.
Fantastic, guys. Absolutely fantastic. And one thing I've noted about your performance is it comes across that you really, really enjoy playing, which, which is great. Which is
when
really,
it goes
really
good. When it goes good.
So, I mean, what part of playing or you know the music do you really enjoy then? Is it the live or is it the creating
It
it? Or,
certainly live is wonderful, and but I think the thing about the type of music that we play is a lot about dance.
It's about dance. When when it inspires people to dance, whether that's formally in a room where they've come to dance or they just jig about,
yeah, yeah,
you've got through to them. You know they're feeling what we're feeling, which is
yes, yeah,
because actually going back to the earlier point about influences, my dad was a drummer. I can't play drums to save my life. I wish I could, but I adore rhythm, and I think I play the cello mandolin like a drum. Half of it's drumming. And
right,
Julie's dad was a musician of some renown.
He was dance band originally, of
right,
course.
yes,
And then
yeah,
he played for dancing later on
So it
in
wouldn't
life
be
as
right.
well. So
Wouldn't be right not to mention them in influences.
yeah,
Would it?
absolutely not. Yeah.
But we loved playing. We enjoy playing for dancing. Yeah. And
brilliant. So, what are your you know, now the lockdown is sort of easing this time. I mean, who knows? Who knows? But you know, what are your sort of plans moving forward?
Well, we would like to get back out there and play at local venues.
Right.
We also enjoy playing for dining. We've got some very gentle music as well, some atmospheric music, which is always another side of it. But we were set to go to beer festivals and all sorts.
yeah, and it does seem that pubs that have got a serious eating part of it, like
Yes.
restaurant type, are certainly until you get to tier 3, it's okay because they're organised in their social distancing, and we could sit in a corner and play.
Or in our anoraks outside.
Or in our acts outside. We played at a campsite only about a month ago.
Right.
Outside. That was fun.
Yeah.
All right.
Good
So,
encounter.
I mean, I know you're a duo, but you know, if you could welcome another musician, from you know anywhere, who would you really like? You know,
John
even as
Joe
a
O'Kelly.
guest.
John Joe O'Kelly.
Baron
The
player.
Boron
Yeah,
player. Yeah.
that's right. Yeah, I
Well,
think
You know him, Craig.
I know him. I have a Baron downstairs signed by him. Yes.
do you really?
Yeah, yeah,
Wow. Ah,
yeah.
yeah.
Superb. Yeah, I can't
Percussion.
remember.
Yeah, we were talking about this only about an hour ago. If we had anybody else in the band, it'd be a percussionist. But having said that, two's company, three's a crowd. It's actually a lot more trouble organising stuff with
Yes.
a third, and we
Yeah.
live together, so it's so easy for us to practice. And
Yes. Yeah.
practice makes perfect. And
And
if there's three of you, you got somebody from outside. It's actually, especially in this climate, how are you going to do it?
but yeah, and it takes far more sort of structure to get that organised before you start playing. You know.
We have actually we have. I know I'm going on a bit, but we have struck up a relationship with an American chap called Rich Stever. Some of you may know him. Well-known Newlyn man via New York, and he does. We're doing sort of American kind of stuff.
So there's
Loosely
another
old
interview
time.
there, Craig, another time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that'd be good. Yeah.
Called drift, DRYFT, which we reckon is something to do with mining and a horizontal shaft.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm sure anybody's listening to this will be going, "Don't be so daft. There's no such thing." No such thing.
Brilliant. Brilliant. All right. Do you want to give us another tune then?
We'd love to, yes, thank you.
Yeah.
This next one is on Mike's tenor guitar, and it is from a band called Narragonia Quartet, and it is called Lilac. It's a couple of tunes, Lilac and Dave the Watchman.
Very unlikely names for a tune.
Yeah.
Dave the Watchman. I'm sure they know somebody.
Press the button over there. Oh, lovely.
Oh,
Yeah.
now there's a point. Ah, it doesn't matter.
Yes, so this is a slightly more atmospheric one.
Woohoo! Yeah, nice. Superb.
I suddenly thought, I suddenly had a funny feeling we haven't tuned up today, but that it's close enough, isn't it?
Yeah. Right. So, random question for each of you. What was the first instrument you learned to play, Julie?
My dad brought a keyboard home when um, when I was young, probably about 10, something like that, which for him developed into playing the Hammond organ for ballroom dancing and things, which is obviously after having played dance band and in the army as bandsman as well. So he brought that home after having a gap in his music, and I didn't do very much of it at all.
Right.
Really, because I was quite self-conscious. My dad was quite musically critical, which is understandable. He was a very good musician, so it didn't develop into anything else until I was in my mid-20s.
Okay. Right. Mike?
The recorder, obviously, like everybody does. London's burning.
Yeah. Three Blind Mice and all that bit.
And then I found clarinet.
Okay.
I played that for 2 weeks before Mum and Dad worked out that they couldn't afford to buy me one. And then when I was about 16, in there was a catalogue called K's,
Yeah.
and my mum was bludgeoned into getting me a top 10 guitar, electric guitar. My mate across the road's only child. I was one of four, only child. No names, Derek Cormack, but he got a Fender Stratocaster, and I had this top 10, and we used to play in his garage.
Fantastic, absolutely fantastic.
Oh,
So
the front door's gone. We'll ignore it.
yeah. It's like phones go and all sorts.
I'll be back a second.
Okay.
It might be a delivery that he hasn't told me about.
Ah.
A musical that he shouldn't have bought.
Yeah, perfect. That's all right.
Right,
So
sorry, yeah.
while he's disappeared, tell me about you know, the story behind your band name, or you know, Pendans. So
Okay, that came about as, you know, getting a name for a band is so difficult. But it was a play on Penzance. This is really old, as you can tell.
Yeah.
Was it called that?
I made it. I
word-
made it, and nobody else
art.
likes it. But it's hung around for 20 years.
That's
really
good.
old.
No, that's good.
Yeah. So it's a play on Penzance, and changing the D. So it's DANS, which is like the French dance. So yeah, that's how.
Right, beyond that. Superb.
Pen is the head. Pen is the head of. Like,
Yeah, Penzance.
So it's head of the dance.
Perfect. Yeah, perfect. So I was going to say, have you ever, you don't teach music, do you? What you know?
I couldn't teach it. I mean,
Why not though?
I don't know what I do. I honestly don't know what I do. I don't actually know the chords on those things. I know what a chord is on a guitar. You know, G, C, D. I can do E1, A1 and stuff, and I can do bar chords. But I actually don't know. It's not quite true, but I think shapes. I don't think any other way, and I couldn't teach that to anybody.
And
Fair play.
so neither of us have had any formal musical training, and I would hate to give people my bad habits.
Yeah, so would I, G.
Brilliant. So, more importantly, was that an important doorbell ring? Then was it? Was it a delivery?
No,
it wasn't.
Our day job is accountants, and it was somebody returning their tax return. If you must know.
Way. Brilliant. I was going to ask you. Was the question was if you weren't musicians, if you weren't musicians, what would you be doing? So you've answered that.
Gardening.
Gardening.
And
Nice.
playing music, of course. Music and gardening.
Flying an airplane. I always wanted to be in the RAF, but my dad was in the Navy, so he wouldn't let me. And I'm colourblind.
Okay.
So the truth is all out now.
Yeah. All right. Let's move on to your final track then, guys.
Okay.
What are we doing?
Would you like to do Parquet Vide because it's
No.
Okay. We're going to give you another. This is a jig.
A jig.
Which seems like a nice thing to do.
I mean, to be fair, our grounding is in Irish music. Do you remember, Craig, down the dock in?
I do indeed, mate.
Every Tuesday.
Yeah, and the pirate, and then it was the pirate.
Yeah. It's where Mike and I met.
Right.
So
this is a jig written by a Triador.
Yeah.
And it's called Offbeat Jig.
Have you pressed the button over there?
One of my recent acquisitions. Right, yes, so it's slightly off the wall.
It's not coming through, is it?
No, there's something missing. It's another one. Oh dear. Okay.
Lovely, absolutely brilliant, superb. So, I mean, we're coming up towards the end of the interview. So,
Yeah.
you know, I mean, trying to think of sort of,
A tricky question.
well, no, I'm just sort of thinking, you know, what are you going to ever, do you think, record an EP or a, you know, something you can actually put out there?
I thought you were going to say you're going to have children.
We've frozen.
You're frozen.
We've frozen.
Oh,
You
dear.
can hear us though, can't you?
We can hear you. Ah, you're back again.
Ah,
Yeah,
yes.
back again. Yeah, I mean, would that be in the pipeline for you, producing a CD or something like that?
I think there's definitely
Yes,
potential for
yes.
that happening.
It's a lot more like it's a lot tougher than you think.
Yeah,
And what we've found ourselves doing naturally is going towards this kind of video and music thing, because it's been the right thing to do in the lockdown situation. But in the future, we would like to.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's much easier to do it in video, and because there's a lot more going on. We have tried. Once you try and put something down on vinyl, as it were, like the old days, once you try and put it down, you get very analytical about it, and it has to be perfect, doesn't it?
Yes, yeah, I've got you.
It gets harder.
So we've sort of got the gear, just I haven't got the ability.
Okay. So if somebody, you know, listeners want to, I don't know, get hold of you, what's the best way for them to, you know, for maybe...
We have our email address is pendanceduo@gmail.com.
Okay.
pendansduo@gmail.com.
Okay.
Or probably just ping us an email if
there's anyone out there from Hollywood that wants to whisk us away, but not at the moment, thank you.
Superb, superb. Right, one final question. I always ask every single band, right, at the end of the interview. Is there anybody you'd like to thank for you being here now musically?
Yes, it would be Alan Kingsbury, who lives in St Buryan. He is an artist, as in a painter artist, and he is a very talented musician. He doesn't do a lot of music. He is dedicating himself to his art. But if it wasn't for him, we would not be here.
No, he introduced us to music for dancing, French dancing,
right.
bourrées, Scottisches, mazurkas, which we absolutely adore.
And it turned our heads.
And that was in about 2005 through the Glauan band. We were all in the Glauan band. That was.
So before that, you know, it would be people like Bernard Evans of Newlyn Reelers and people and the local musicians who are inspiring.
Superb.
And like you, Craig, for having us on things like this.
Well, I mean, my whole aim for all of this is literally to get, you know, bands and artists out there, because, you know, I think down here in Cornwall, Penwith, I mean, good grief, it's just a wealth of it down here, you know. And with the lockdown, it's just as if like a big boot has been stuffed in there and trampled it all about, you know what I mean? So every bit helps, I suppose. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Listen, guys, thank you so much for giving me the time and your music, and we will catch you again soon.
Lovely.
Thanks,
Thank you, Craig.
You take care, guys.
Bye.
Cheers.